Only on 5, the two sides of Amendment 2.
The polls show a majority of Floridians want to legalize medical marijuana, but will there be enough votes to make that happen?
News Channel 5's Jason Hackett reports until that final ballot is cast, passionate people making their case for and against.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Irvin Rosenfeld's daily smoke break is unlike any other. That's no cigarette in his hand, it's marijuana, and it's legal.
That's my prescription, just like Valium or just like insulin or anything else.
Rosenfeld, one of 2 people in the country who still receives weed directly from the federal government, thanks to an experimental medical marijuana program done in the 80s. Decades ago, doctors diagnosed Rosenfeld with a rare and painful condition that caused tumors to grow on his bones.
The marijuana serves as a muscle relaxant, thereby easing the muscle tension, thereby easing the muscle pain.
He smokes as many as 10 joints a day.
When I don't have it, the level of pain would be to the extent that I would not be working. Okay, I would be homebound, probably on disability.
Rosenfeld believes he is the prime example of how Amendment 2 will help people in Florida.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Those of you that don't know me, this is my passion.
Jessica Spencer fears she is the last line of defense against Amendment 2.
Marijuana is a gateway drug.
Spencer is the policy director for the No on Amendment 2 campaign against the legalization of medical marijuana. She's heard all the stories, all the arguments for medical marijuana, including Rosenfeld's. Spencer argues that none of those testimonials are proof medical marijuana helps anyone, ever.
It preys on people's hope that this could be something that will help me. And because you have these anecdotes and these stories that say that this drug, this street drug, helps them and works for them. But it is not. There is no conclusive evidence to say that.
She wants scientists to do the research, like the government requires of all drugs, before starting any conversation about legalizing medical marijuana.
We don't do medicine or medical equipment through ballot initiative. That's not how we do it. We are not Neanderthals.
And Spencer believes if Florida voters approve medical marijuana, there will be consequences.
Even in the states that have it regulated, it's not regulated and it's showing up in the hands of youth.
The marijuana is there whether we pass the law or not. Okay, what we need to do is regulate it and make sure it's done correctly. Make sure it's put out by the right people and given the right advice.
And Rosenfeld holds himself up as proof the reward is worth the risk.
And I've not had a tumor grow or a new one develop since I was 21, and I'll be 64 in February. And the doctors don't know why. You know, I know why. Cannabis.
And there's a good reason why there's no definitive research when it comes to medical marijuana. Marijuana is classified as a Schedule 1 drug. That's the most restrictive classification when it comes to controlled substances. Researchers say that's what makes it difficult to study the drug's long-term effects. Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.
Because it's a constitutional amendment, 60% of Florida voters must say yes to legalize medical marijuana. 2 years ago, the measure failed, gaining only 57% of the vote then.